Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Things have taken an unexpected turn for Nick Aldis ahead of WrestleMania 41 as he has become a victim of Randy Orton's anger in recent weeks. Now, WWE has issued a message for the SmackDown GM, asking him to give the Viper a match at the grandest stages of them, all as per his wishes. Orton was initially supposed to face Kevin Owens at WrestleMania 41. However, an untimely neck injury to the latter led to the match being cancelled. A frustrated Randy Orton took out Nick Aldis with an RKO following KO's announcement. On the following week's SmackDown, he yet again confronted Aldis and threatened to take him out if he didn't finalize a match for him at the Show of Shows. WWE recently uploaded a clip of the segment on Instagram and urged the SmackDown GM to agree to Orton's demands. Check it out below. In a recent chat with Poker Scout, Mark Henry spoke about the possibility of Aldis lacing up his wrestling boots for a match against the Viper at WrestleMania. The WWE Hall of Famer stated that Aldis had a storied career as a wrestler and that he would love to see him take on Orton after he attacked him on SmackDown. The suspense surrounding Randy Orton's WrestleMania 41 could finally end on the final episode of SmackDown before the premium live event. There's also a chance that WWE could reserve the announcement until Mania night itself. Part 1. The Viper's Warning. The April 12th episode of SmackDown was supposed to be a smooth ride into WrestleMania 41, but nothing about this road to WrestleMania had been typical, especially not with Randy Orton lurking in the shadows with venom in his voice. Randy Orton, now a 14-time world champion and fan favorite after returning from injury, had been embroiled in a fierce rivalry with Solo Sikoa and the Bloodline. But after a controversial loss on SmackDown due to interference and a botched referee call, Orton took to the mic and did something uncharacteristic. He broke the fourth wall, well, almost, with the WWE Universe buzzing. Orton stood in the ring, fuming. "I've faced monsters. I've been betrayed. I've been the damn viper in the grass," he hissed, eyes locked on the hard camera. "But I've never had to deal with a GM who hides behind a desk and lets chaos walk free." The crowd started to buzz. "I'm talking to you, Nick Aldis." Gasps echoed through the arena. Orton didn't call out opponents by name unless he meant it. "You keep protecting the Bloodline. You keep letting them run the place like it's theirs. But if you don't get your house in order, I'm gonna come back there and RKO you so hard, you'll forget which side of the ring you're supposed to stand on." The crowd erupted. Randy Orton had just threatened to beat up SmackDown's general manager. Backstage, Nick Aldis, watching on a monitor, didn't flinch, but his clenched jaw said it all. Part 2. Corporate Caution. The fallout was instant. Social media exploded. Randy Orton threatens Nick Aldis trended within 20 minutes. Fans debated whether it was a work or a shoot. Some cheered Orton for saying what they were thinking. Others warned that this might cost him dearly. On the April 15th episode of Raw, Michael Cole addressed the situation during commentary. "There's been speculation all weekend about the tension between Randy Orton and SmackDown GM Nick Aldis. While Orton has not been suspended, WWE management has reportedly been discussing the incident internally." Later that night, a pre-recorded message from Aldis aired. Wearing a sharp suit, standing in WWE headquarters, Aldis spoke clearly. "Randy Orton is one of the greatest WWE superstars of all time. But threats of physical violence against WWE officials will not be tolerated. Let me make one thing perfectly clear. I run SmackDown, not him." Then came the kicker. WWE has officially issued a warning to Orton. Further misconduct will result in fines or suspension. "We expect our superstars to be professionals, no matter how personal things may get." The warning was clear, but so was Orton's smirk backstage as he watched the segment. Part 3. Escalation on SmackDown. On the next SmackDown, Nick Aldis walked out to open the show, something he rarely did. The boos rained down. "I know you all want chaos," Aldis said, addressing the crowd. "But I was brought in to bring structure to SmackDown, and I will not be bullied. Not by fans, not by superstars, Not even by Randy Orton. He had barely finished his sentence when Orton's music hit. The Viper walked out with that signature AC stare. Microphone in hand. Structure? Orton asked, circling the ring. The only structure I see is the bloodline standing tall while the rest of us get screwed. Aldis tried to respond, but Orton cut him off. You can find me. You can suspend me. Hell, you can try to fire me. But you're not going to stop me. Not from finishing what I started with Solo. Not from destroying every last person who's been in my way, including you if it comes to that. The tension was nuclear. Security flooded the ramp. Orton smirked again and slowly backed away, not breaking eye contact. Aldis raised the mic and delivered a bombshell. You're not suspended, but you are on probation. One more incident, just one, and you won't make it to WrestleMania 41. Part 4, WWE sends its message. That same night, WWE released an official statement on its website. WWE has placed Randy Orton on behavioral probation following his recent conduct towards SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis. While WWE recognizes the passion and commitment of its superstars, threatening WWE officials is a violation of the company's code of conduct. WWE stands fully behind Nick Aldis as the authority on SmackDown and will support any decision he makes in maintaining the integrity of the brand. This statement caused an uproar online. Many fans thought WWE was targeting Orton unfairly. Others accused the company of siding with the bloodline. It was the exact reaction WWE anticipated, and maybe even wanted. Behind the scenes, Triple H was said to be heavily involved in the storyline, knowing that this clash of authority versus rebellion was striking a chord with fans. Part 5. A dangerous proposition. The next week on SmackDown, Orton wasn't booked in a match, but he still showed up through the crowd. With a hoodie and a steel chair, he jumped the barricade during a match involving Solo Sikoa and LA Knight. Solo and Orton brawled wildly until officials pulled them apart. This time, Aldis had enough. He walked to the ring with a live mic as security tried to restrain Orton. You want chaos? Aldis yelled. You've got it. At WrestleMania 41, it's you versus Solo Sikoa. In a no-holds-barred match, the crowd went wild. But Orton shook his head. No, that's not enough. He turned toward Aldis. You want to send a message? Fine. Here's mine. I want you at ringside. I want you to see what happens when you try to control the uncontrollable. Aldis smirked. You want me there? I'll be there. But if you so much as touch me, Orton, you'll never wrestle in WWE again. The deal was set. Orton versus Solo. Aldis ringside. No rules. Part 6. Mind Games and Manipulation. In the final week before WrestleMania 41, the tension hit a fever pitch. Vignettes aired showing Aldis watching old Orton matches, Randy RKOing legends, punting people in the skull. A voiceover played, You can't control a predator. You can only hope to survive him. Meanwhile, Orton was cutting chilling promos in dark-lit locker rooms. I've done worse to people for less, he said, staring at the camera. You think I won't do it again? But something shifted. The bloodline started playing their own mind games, taunting Orton, airing footage of past betrayals. Solo said Orton was a man of the past, and Aldis was nothing more than a stepping stone. A backstage segment showed Aldis meeting with Paul Heyman. It was brief, but enough to raise eyebrows. Was Aldis really neutral? Part 7, WrestleMania 41, the message delivered. Night 2 of WrestleMania 41. The lights in Allegiant Stadium dimmed as the words "No Holds Barred" flashed across the screen. Nick Aldis walked to ringside with a steel expression. Solo Sikoa came out flanked by Tama Tonga and Tanga Loa, but Aldis ordered them to the back, shocking fans and Solo alike. Then came Orton. Methodical, focused, dangerous. The match was pure carnage. Steel steps, kendo sticks, tables. At one point, Solo tried to use brass knuckles, but Aldis pulled them off the apron. The crowd roared. Solo got in Aldis' face, but Orton capitalized. hitting a brutal RKO through a table. As Orton went for the pin, Solo kicked out. Randy snapped. He grabbed a chair and then turned slowly toward Aldis. The crowd gasped. Randy slid out of the ring. He walked up to Aldis. "You still want control?" Orton growled. And then he dropped the chair. Cut back in the ring. Hit one last RKO. 1 2 3 Orton won. As he celebrated, he walked up the ramp and gave one last stare to Aldis. No words, no threats, just dominance. Epilogue: WWE's stance. The next week on SmackDown, Nick Aldis addressed to the WWE Universe. Randy Orton delivered a message at WrestleMania. And here's WWE's message back. He's earned our respect, but he still walks the line. Then he paused, and lines can still be crossed. Backstage, Orton watched on a monitor again. He smirked. The game was far from over. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.